Book of Isaiah. We're going to look at chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 briefly. But we're going to see how that corresponds with what we call the Pentetauch, first 5 books of the Bible. Now, Isaiah is a little Bible in the Bible. And this is an amazing thing because the chapters in Isaiah correspond to the books of the Bible. You've got 66 books in the Bible. You've got 66 chapters in Isaiah. The first thing I noticed whenever I began studying this several years ago, and I've been working on a book on Isaiah, and it's one of the most difficult studies I've ever done. But there's been some real blessings in it, and I wanted to get it right. I didn't want to do it too rapidly, so I'd drop off Isaiah and I'd start on another book. I did Daniel and did Daniel and did Matthew, and printed those instead of Isaiah. So it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult book, but yet it is a blessing to see it. Chapter 1 of Isaiah corresponds, you've already seen, I'm sure, to the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Well, Isaiah chapter number 1 mentions the heavens and the earth. In chapter 1, verse 2, hear, O heavens, give ear, O earth. And of course, what happens right away in Genesis, God makes man. And man sins, and he loses his dominion over the earth. And the devil comes in, and the Word of God tells us in the New Testament, the devil's called the god of this world. And you know that something's wrong with this world, the way things go. Folks say, well, the devil's chained today. Well, if he's chained, he's on a mighty long chain, because he can do, and he is doing just about anything and everything. Whenever you go to the book of Exodus, you go to the book of Exodus, and that book of Exodus is a book where the main part of the book has to do with the tabernacle. And God gives that as a place to worship. Whenever you go to Isaiah chapter 2, you go there and you'll see that Isaiah said, it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. There's a day coming whenever God's house is going to be on this earth again. And God's going to establish that house. And the book of Exodus tells you that God put that tabernacle up so that the people could have it for a place of worship and a way to get to God. And God did all of that so man could offer the right kind of sacrifices and get back to Him. The book of Exodus is just like that exit sign over there. The book of Exodus was getting out of the world and getting into a place where you could serve God. Exodus out of Egypt. Egypt in the Bible, a type of this world, or symbol of this world. God said, I want you out of that world, and I want to bring you over here into a land. They didn't get into it right away. And if you begin to look at the book of Isaiah, it's very easy to see in Isaiah chapter number 40, it's easy to see John the Baptist, the forerunner. And you've got the very ministry of John the Baptist there in Isaiah chapter number 40. This Bible is more interesting than any television series or picture show. This Bible is. And if it's not, to you, I've got news for you. You're not studying it. Either you're not saved or you're not studying it. One of the two.